Do you want to rule Hogwarts? You can command the evil creatures and everyone that lies in and around the Hogwarts grounds. You can't fight the undesirable urge to master the unmatched power of the dark arts. You want to capture creatures, command an army of them, and make them do your evil bidding. Terrorize the creatures around Hogwarts to teach them they must obey. Make people shrivel in fear wherever you go and eliminate anyone who dares to test your power. The dark arts will reign over Hogwarts as you rule everyone with your unmatched power in this guide to becoming evil in Hogwarts Legacy. Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at how to become evil in Hogwarts Legacy. I know you all have been wondering what house you're going to pick, all these different things that you want your character to be when you start the game. Well, guess what? I'm going to go over a lot of the things that you can do to be the worst possible wizard and the worst possible person in Hogwarts Legacy. When the game begins, you're going to get to choose a house. Now, most people are going to say, obviously you choose Slytherin house. And I agree with you. I think you should choose Slytherin house, but let's be completely realistic here. If you want to be the worst possible person and the most evil, honestly, if you think about it, it might make sense to join Gryffindor or one of these other houses and just become an evil wizard within that house. That would basically make you a horrible person because you're joining a house that is portrayed in the movies as good, but in reality becoming evil and somewhat corrupting the integrity of the house. If it was up to me, I might consider doing that, but if we're going to go along with the movies, then obviously you can just choose Slytherin house. I'm assuming there won't be some sort of repercussions for certain things you can't learn if you join one of the other houses, versus if you join Slytherin house, there's certain things that you can learn, such as certain curses you wouldn't be able to learn if you were in a different house. If you want to play it safe, go Slytherin house and just be evil. If you want to be absolutely horrible, join one of the other houses and just do all this bad stuff anyways. Next would be the foundations of basically joining the dark arts and becoming the villain yourself. So there's a lot of ways to be able to do that. When you pre-order the game, you're going to be able to get dark arts gear. So a full set of dark arts gear for your character that you're going to be able to wear. It makes sense if they put dark arts gear for you to wear in the game, that it's not just cosmetic, and make choices and decisions that are bad and may affect to a degree the way the game is played and the way the game goes for you. If you really truly want to play into the dark arts and become evil in Hogwarts Legacy, you're going to need to have this dark arts gear just simply to match the part. Tie that in with your Thestral mount, you'll be able to go anywhere and anybody will fear you just based upon your look. Another foundation of becoming an evil wizard with dark magic are going to be to learn the 3 curses that have just recently been confirmed. We're going to go through each one of those curses really quickly and explain what they are if you don't know. The Imperious Curse, or the Imperio spell. This unforgivable curse Imperio gives the spellcaster total control over their subject. It makes its main appearance in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, as Fake Moody explains it as he demonstrates it on a spider. He says, I could make it jump out of the window, drown itself, throw itself down one of your throats, anything. Those subjected to the Imperious Curse don't seem aware of what they're doing while under another person's control, but imagine how traumatic it would be to look back on actions you made against your will. From the imprisoned Moody, kept weak and quiet so a Death Eater could impersonate him, to relatively innocent wizards forced to join Voldemort's side, Imperious robs its victims of any autonomy. Its utter subjugation, not to mention that the very existence of the Imperious Curse gives others an excuse for their actions after the fact. Imagine casting the Imperio spell on anybody in Hogwarts and ultimately having total control over your subject, being able to make people and creatures do things that you need them to do or want them to do, even though they aren't right. For instance, imagine making a hippogriff just walk off a cliff. I don't know that you'll be able to do that, but it sounds kind of funny. Next is the Cruciatus Curse, or Crucio. This is the second unforgivable curse. Cruciatus causes such excruciating pain that when Voldemort used it on Harry in the movies, it was so intense, so all-consuming, that he no longer knew where he was. Repeated use of the Cruciatus Curse is torture, and Bellatrix Lestrange subjected the Longbottoms to such extremes of pain that it sent them insane. Better dead than what happened to them. At one point, Harry tried to use this spell himself. The first time was against Bellatrix after she killed Sirius. His attempt was unsuccessful because, as Bellatrix explained, you need to really want to cause pain to enjoy it. This shows that Cruciatus is bad for both parties. The wizard or witch has to mean pure evil intent in order to even cast it. Meaning the fact that we're even going to be able to learn and cast it shows that there is some sort of intent to be evil in this game. This is mainly put on by the Sebastian Sallow trailer, in which his sister has an undeniable curse. He gives her the option to either learn the Crucio spell or for it to be used on her. So either he's going to take her out or teach her these evil ways. If you're going to be evil, you're going to need to learn this curse. And when defeating enemies or even torturing innocent creatures outside of Hogwarts, you're going to need to use this on people around Hogwarts to impose your will upon them and break them down so they have no power to be able to stop you and fear of you. Finally is the Avada Kedavra curse, otherwise known as the killing curse. Obviously, there's no coming back from the spell. And according to the Ministry of Magic's classifications, and again, Fake Moody, this is the worst unforgivable curse. In the movies, Cedric Diggory had no inkling of what was about to happen and probably experienced little, if any, pain, unlike those left behind. This curse will end anyone and any enemy and any friend that there is. I wonder if you'll be able to cast this against a lot of people in Hogwarts Legacy, and if so, and you don't like what they do, or you don't even like what they look like, you take them out. It's as simple as that. You impose your will upon the people of Hogwarts, and you do it with every intent. Another spell that hopefully they may put in the game is Sectum Sempra. The note accompanying this spell in the Half-Blood Prince's textbook reads 4 enemies, so it stands to reason that this isn't a charm that can be used lightly. It causes excessive bleeding as victims' faces and chests react to being slashed with an invisible sword. When Harry used this on Malfoy in the movies, not knowing what it would do, it was only Snape's intervention that appeared to save him from bleeding to death. Left to its natural conclusion, this is a particularly nasty spell. Given the shock and fear it must cause in victims before they die, at least Avada Kedavra is instantaneous. This would be so much worse, and being able to use this on enemies to essentially take them out slowly and make them wish it was over is only another thing that adds to your evil arsenal. And finally, once you know all these evil spells and curses, you can impose your will on anyone around Hogwarts, making them absolutely fear you and rule over anyone. I mean, really, what are they gonna do? Talk back to you? You hit them with the Imperio spell, and all of a sudden, you command them. What if they don't like the way you look at them? Hit them with Crucio and torture and cause them excruciating pain. Or if you simply don't like somebody, Avada Kedavra them, and they're gone forever. Simple as that. No one will be able to touch you. Another thing you can use these spells for is to intimidate the animals and creatures around Hogwarts. Although Poppy Sweeting would highly dislike this because she is such an animal lover in this game, you're going to have to make decisions and she's just going to have to go. I think we're going to have to take her out. Then once we take her out, we're going to need to start letting these creatures know who's boss. Using your taming abilities and your Avarium in the Room of Requirement, you're going to be able to tame these creatures and add them to your Avarium. And not only that, but guess what? Now they're completely under your control. You've essentially captured these creatures and you're going to be able to do whatever you want with them. Don't get too crazy. Once you control these creatures, you're going to be able to empower yourself to learn all about them and then command them to use them against your enemies. Can you imagine a mooncalf or this Platypus looking thing just walking up to somebody in Hogwarts and just start smacking them? I think it sounds hilarious, and I think as evil as you are, sometimes comedy in its own right is evil, and I think it would be hilarious. You could just sit in the corner, drink an invisible potion, and just throw all these creatures out into the hall and let them just cause havoc around Hogwarts. It would be absolutely hilarious. I'm sure there will be so many things we'll be able to do. Imagine getting on a hippogriff and just driving it straight into the ocean. Yeah, I know that seems cruel, but that's what our job is here. To be evil. To everyone. Equally. While there is technically no morality system in Hogwarts Legacy, you're going to be able to make decisions on certain spells that you want to learn and can classify yourself then as possibly evil or not. Additionally, although the outcome of the game may not necessarily be completely affected, during the Hogwarts Legacy questline and side quests, you're going to be able to make good or bad decisions that are going to define your wizarding journey. So whether you choose to be good or whether you choose to be evil, embrace it, and I say go full throttle. If you're going to be evil, be evil. To truly be evil, make sure you watch this video on the right of your screen to know the 10 most important things about Hogwarts Legacy. That being said, thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. Peace.